is your 2.2 notes, and we're going to solve equations using multiplication and division this time. And if you remember from our talk on Friday, we have to remember to keep our equations balanced, just like we did with those balance activities today. So we are going to be undoing multiplication with division, of course. You're just doing the opposite. And you're going to undo division with multiplication. So all you have to remember is to get the variable by itself, you're going to do the opposite on each side. So we're going to start by drawing our line, separate our balanced sides. So we want to get n alone. You should notice that this is a multiplication problem. So to undo that, we're going to divide 4 on both sides. And we would get n is equal to 9. This one looks a little different because the variable is on the wrong side, but we want to get that by itself. So right now, what's happening to the p is it's being multiplied by -6. So the opposite would be divide by -6 on both sides. So we're left with p equals -7. And notice how I kept the p on whatever side it was. You can flip it at the end if it makes you feel better, but you don't have to. All right, another multiplication problem. I'm going to draw my line. Divide by 12 on both sides, because that's what's by the variable. So x is equal to, now you might be thinking, oh, the answer is 4, but be careful. This is 3 divided by 12, which is very different than 12 divided by 4. So this is a fraction. I can't divide these without getting a decimal. So what I want you to do is simplify the fraction. So you can do that straight in your calculator, you can do it in your head, but it should be 1/4. Sorry, it's so sloppy today, you guys. All right, now we're moving into some division problems. So we're just going to undo the division by multiplying on both sides. So that will undo this. We're left with x is equal to 15. Another division problem. So we're going to get the n alone this time. So we're going to multiply by 9 on both sides. So we have n, is equal to 27. And the last one, you might be freaking out because it's a fraction, but don't freak out. You can just do the same thing. This is being multiplied by 1/2. So the opposite of multiplying by 1/2 would be to divide by 1/2. So we're going to divide 1/2. And then we're going to divide 1/2. Now if you have a calculator, which you all should, if you do 3 divided by 1/2, it'll give you a nice straight answer. If we're doing it with paper pencil, then hopefully you remember when you divide by a fraction, you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So this problem right here is really the same thing as 3 times 2/1. I hope I didn't lose you, but let me say it again. Dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal, or the flip of this. Okay, so 3/1 times 2/1 is the same thing as 6, or 6/1. But guys, if you have a calculator, just plug it into the calculator, okay? Make your life simple. So that is multiplying and dividing one-step equations. Biggest thing to remember is to keep them balanced. If you actually listen to this entire video, go ahead and just tell me without shouting it out when you get to class, so not everyone can hear. Come up to me at some point on Monday and tell me math is fair, and I will give you 5 raffle tickets. So hopefully you're watching, took some good notes, and I will see you in class.